Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to fill in the app lesson template document that's provided for you on Moodle. A quick overview before we get started. The directions are to fill in each part of the app lesson with your own original ideas. Please look at the samples provided on Moodle. Take a look, I have one for each of the four main core subjects. You can take a look at those and get inspiration from them. But what you're going to be doing is providing 3 to 4 apps and steps for students to complete, along with a creative title, helpful description, and relevant South Carolina teaching standards. There must be 1 app per step. And like I said, there can be either 3 apps/steps or 4 apps/steps, depending on how in-depth your lesson is. To start out, you're going to create a catchy title. Want something fun, creative, something that stands out. We're going to be filling in our relevant South Carolina standards. We're going to Google South Carolina standards, find our subject, and then find standards that are applicable to what we're trying to teach students in this lesson. Your description is going to be very systematic. It starts out with, this app lesson will develop, and then you put the grade range. You can also do something like middle school, high school. You can do something more exact like 8th grade students, and then the lesson material or focus. So this could be anything like environment, this could be calculus, this could be counting, whatever the lesson's main focus is, that's where you put that in there. And then just a action word behind that, so their understanding, knowledge, skills, etc. So you fill that in very systematically. The instructional objective, this is going to be an objective that you want students to be able to do by the end of the lesson. Students will create a presentation that persuades people to stop polluting, something along those lines. So step 1, we're just going to fill in a very brief description of what students are going to do with the particular app that you choose. 2 to 3 sentences maximum. We're not looking for anything super in-depth here. And then, this is the most tricky part, where it has these X's here, this is where you're going to Google that app in the App Store and then take its app ID and paste that in that box there so I know how to identify that app later. Let me show you an example. So this is a social studies example that I did, and my creative title was Founding Fathers Show and Tell. This is more of a government higher level social studies class. So what I did is I went and I found these 3 South Carolina state standards that really fit, and let me show you how I did that. So first I googled South Carolina academic standards, and I went to this page, ed.sc.gov/instruction/standards-learning, and here you're going to find your English, math, science, social studies, health, phys ed, and a couple other different subjects. From there you can link to the standards. I've already got it open on this page here, and I scrolled down, I found USG 2.1, and this is a really good standard that fits with my app lesson. And as you can tell from my example here, I have 3 others, so I just copied and pasted those right in to this app lesson template. My description, I said this app lesson will develop high school students' knowledge of U.S. history and government. Very straightforward stuff. My instructional objective, students will read primary documents instrumental to the start of the United States government, research and analyze a founding father, and then create and present a humorous meme to the class to help students remember each founding father. Going forward, step 1. With step 1, we're going to use a document that highlights the Federalist Papers and the Constitution, and that app is called Constitution and Federalist Papers app. So students are going to get a background, they're going to use a content-based app to get that information, kind of get their brains going in the right direction. Moving down to step 2, students will use the Constitution for iPad app to view the index of everyone who signed that document. And from there they're going to pick one of those founding fathers, and they're going to use the Google app to research that founding father in more depth and kind of get an understanding of why that founding father was important, and then what their roles were with either the Federalist Papers or the Constitution. Our final step here is to help out classmates. So students are going to give a little mini presentation with a fun, humorous meme that will help their classmates remember that founding father for their test. So step 4, students will create humorous memes to help them remember key facts about the founding fathers with Mematic. Each student will present 5 important facts from their research about their chosen founding father and share their memes with classmates. And once again, I have all of these app ID codes pasted in here. So let me show you how I did that. So I went to Google and I just Googled Mematic app iTunes. It's the first thing that comes up right here. So this is the step 4 of my app lesson. So you can see a little bit about Mematic here. It's got a description. It's got a whole bunch of screenshots about what you can do with it. So in this lesson, they'll be taking a picture of a founding father and then adding some type of humorous text to it to help their classmates understand that. But what we're really looking for is up here in this address bar. We're going to take this number. So it comes directly after ID in the URL. We're going to copy that, and then that is what we pasted. That's what we pasted right here in our app ID. That's the most tricky part for you right there. A great resource for you to use is www.appedreview.com/app. And on this website, you can search by subject, by grade level, by type of app. So we have content-based. That's where students will, view video libraries, read different articles, have search engines, and there's creation-based. So this is usually like the later steps of your lesson where students are actually making a learning artifact to demonstrate their understanding. And we have skill-based. This is your skill and drill, maybe like a math game, maybe something to heighten their English proficiency. These are the types of apps that you can utilize in your teaching. So just for example, if I wanted a content-based, let's say, article library, I want it to be for social studies, grade level, I'm looking for 9 to 12. I have a pretty good base right here for different apps to look through and choose from. So this can kind of get your mind going in the right direction, get you inspired for what type of app lesson you want to create. And here we have one of the apps that we used in the app lesson, Constitution and Federalist Papers. As you can see, it's got a description, it's got instructional ideas, and it also has the app judged on some main criteria here. So we have instruction, design, and engagement. So take a look through appedreview.com/app, and good luck creating your app lessons.